Good morning and welcome to Bernadoodle's Barnyard. So today is March 20th, a Thursday, and this is the day that Rubble is finally released from his quarantine. I spoke with the police officer and he is dropping the case. So we did have to go the full 6 months, but it has been that long and he can come out today. So he'll be put in with the buck Boulder. And also today, the Nigerian dwarf goat, Miss Rue, is due to have her baby. So I'm going to get a pen set up so we can watch her. And the other goats that are due this week will also go in the pen near the house so we can monitor the births. So we're going to do the same setup we did with Liberty and Sky. It worked so well. This is the house I'm going to have the does give birth in. I'll set up the electric pen around it to keep them safe. And then once they have their babies, I'm going to use this rabbit cage with some stall mats in it as a predator protection. So they have the electric and the cage to keep them from getting attacked by coyotes or bobcats, whatever else wants to come eat a baby goat. And that'll be in this house to keep them out of the rain and wind with a tarp over it. So when it's really nasty, I can cover the whole thing. So I'm out doing morning chores. Just right now that's feeding the rabbits and filling the goat waters. So I'm checking Miss Rue's ligaments. I want to show you where those are. So this is Rue. She's due today. So on either side of her tail, there are 2 ligaments. They feel like 2 pencils going like this. She still has them. They're still hard, so she's not in labor yet. Once she loses them, they become squishy and then they go away completely. You can almost wrap your fingers around her tail like this. Sorry. Francine, no. I'm going to let Rue go because Francine wants to hit her. What a brat. So you can almost wrap your fingers around their tail. That's when they're in labor and they'll have their babies within the day. All right, so the maternity ward has been set up and the 3 goats that are due today and tomorrow are all in there. So I can monitor them and have them in a close space in case I have to help. I can easily do that. So this is the maternity ward. It's really close to the house. Rue is due first, which is today, and Blue and Jenny are due tomorrow. So Rue, Jenny, and Blue. Hi, Rue. So those girls are going to be in that pen, and I'll be checking them for signs of labor all day. I'll be checking their ligaments and everything. I'm going to go and deal with Rubble right now. So he's been in quarantine, as I said, for 6 months, and he was on a do not touch order for the safety of us and the public, just in case he had rabies. So he needs a lot of TLC now that he's able to be handled. I'll be giving him selenium, copper, wormer, and doing his hooves right now. So we'll go do that. It rained last night, so I'm going to chuck this half bale of shavings in that house with the girls so they have a nice dry place with some nice bedding for their births. But they're goats, so just because I give it to them doesn't mean they're going to use it. Most likely, if I'm not out here, they're going to kid out right in the middle of the grass and hopefully not get their kids too muddy, but I'm going to give them a dry place just in case they want one. And hopefully I get to see their kidding and film it for you guys. We'll see. Okay, so this is the round of treatment that Rubble's gonna get. He's gonna get some selenium and vitamin E paste, some Sidectin wormer, just because he's been in the same place for a while. There's a good chance his worm load's pretty high. I wanna start him off right. I need to clip his hooves. And he's gonna get a copper bolus. So, this is the bolus gun I like using. And this is the drench gun for the wormer. All right, so we're gonna see how this goes. I'm very nervous. I've never had a goat in quarantine this long, and he's been away from all the other goats and people, so I'm not sure what his socialization skills are at this point. He seems to be still really friendly, but we're gonna see how he is and hope for the best. I'm gonna go get him right now, and I'm gonna do the treatments on him, and then we'll put him in with the buck, and I'll keep a really close eye on them, make sure they're not hurting each other. Okay, here we go. Mr. Rubble, are you ready to get out and get some sunshine? I'm so excited for you, buddy. Hi, baby. So, his nose hasn't healed up yet. I think once we get him out in the sunshine, I think that'll heal up pretty quick. Need some time for the hair to grow back. And the copper bolus should help him also. What are you doing? Oh, you haven't had scritches in 6 months. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That was awful. Just awful. Oh, you deserve so many treats. You're such a good boy. Aw. Oh, itches. All right, buddy. Let's go. All right, so I got him up on the milk stand, gave him a little bit of food. I'm gonna give him a second and I'll do all the oral stuff. I'm gonna start with his hooves while he is eating, distracted. They're pretty bad. Let's see. All right. So cutting a hoof is just like cutting your fingernails. They get overgrown and you just trim the extra off. You don't have to trim their nails as much when they're out and wearing them down on rocks. But since he's been in there a while, they're very overgrown. So much better. Okay. I'm going to show you the long one versus the one I just cut. Okay, so this is what it looked like before. Pretty messy. That's about 6 months worth of growth. And then I'm trimming it down flat. Actually, I'm going to take a little more off that. Hold on. A little better. You want to try to match the top line of the hoof. I have a whole video on udder shaves and hoof trimming, if you want to check that out, where I cut all of the dairy goats' hooves. Try to have them not fall off the stand here. Don't lean too much, buddy. Right, we're going to do it like this. There we go. That's better. So that's just some poop I'm knocking out. They're kind of cup shaped at this point because they've been growing so long. So lots of poop gets stuck in the bottom when they're like that. Hi, buddy. Almost done. Almost done, buddy. I know. What's happening? It's a weird day for you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm actually quite happy for you. Because your life's going to be a lot better from now on. I know. I know. Okay, those look good. Get those front hooves. Easy, easy. Good boy. Good boy. I know, I know. No fun. You get it done quick and then you'll get to go enjoy the outside and hopefully Boulder's nice to you. So I'm really hoping that since this guy's young, Boulder's not threatened by him. Hoping they don't fight too much. I just don't know though. I have to be ready to take him out of there if they're not playing nice. I was going to have a separate pen for Rebel all along, but since Mickey's gone, I now need to find a solution for keeping a wether with him, and I need to build that pen. So right now he'll be going in with the older buck. Since I don't think any of the girls are in heat right now, I don't think they're gonna fight too much, but just never know. There's gonna be some dominance games. There always is when you introduce a new goat. Last one's always the worst because it's from the corner. Give me this one, please. Thank you. Easy, easy. All right. Very nice. What a good boy. Thank you. All right. Now the easy ones. Copper. So the copper works best if you can get it all the way in their stomach and not have them chew it. So that's why you use the bolus gun. And this is the nicest one I've found. The plastic ones, I find they don't stay in. And then if you try to put any peanut butter or anything in there, I have a hard time getting it out of the bolus gun. It ends up sticking in there. So this one has a plunger that pushes out. My goats get one every 6 months, and this is going to help with his coat shine, should help his nose grow back, all that hair, and it helps with a lot of other health issues that they can get into. So 1 copper bolus. Easy, easy. Okay. So you want to make sure it gets all the way back in their throat as you can get, and you can kind of feel when they open it, when they relax a little bit, and then you punch it. Otherwise, they can get it back up in their mouth, chew it, and if it breaks down before it gets in their rumen, then it's not going to work as well, and it won't last as long. So I only need 1 every 6 months because I get it all the way in. I also supplement with a mineral that has copper in it, so they have a little bit they can eat all the time. The next thing he's getting is selenium. So if you're wondering why I didn't do these things in the last 6 months, rabies is transmissible through the saliva. And in case he had rabies, I didn't want to be touching his mouth. A lot of these are going into his mouth right now. So yeah, the police told me I could not handle him whatsoever until he was clear. It's a public health issue, and for the public safety, he was stuck in that quarantine. So okay, lastly, he's getting some dewormer. I'm using Sidectin today for his weight, which I'm guessing is about 40 pounds. He's going to get 7.3 milliliters. You have to go by the goat chart, not the sheep chart. And Sidectin is labeled for sheep, so don't go by what's on the bottle. You have to go by the goat chart. I'll try to add that in the comments if I can. I have a picture of it. Okay. Last one, I promise. All right. Good boy. Come here. Come here. You're free. You can come. There you go. Hi. How you doing? Come here. You nervous? I know you're up high. So normally I'd keep this collar on him so I could handle him and catch him. But since he's going with Boulder, I don't want this getting stuck on Boulder's horns if he's fighting him and having him choke rubble. So that's going to go on him at some point when he's not with the big buck. My baby. He's a much smaller frame goat. He's not from the genetics on my farm. So, come here, please. All right, he doesn't like it up here. Give me a second. I'm I'm going to carry him over to the buck pen, so once I get him in his new home, you'll see me again. So my poor baby here hasn't been in contact with any other goats in a long time. And unfortunately, his first contact is going to be these two boys. I hope they're not too much of bullies. We'll see. What do you think of that boulder? Ooh. Oh. He's pretty excited. More room than he's had in a while. I'm happy for him. So far, so good. Everyone's being pretty nice. Boulder's over there peeing on his own face. Hey, Rubble! So far so good. There's been very little dominance games. I think the little buck is smart and not stupid enough to really go after the big buck. So I feel comfortable they're going to be as friendly as they're going to be. And I don't think they'll hurt each other. I'm going to watch them a lot longer, make sure. So if anyone's wondering why Rebel doesn't have any horns, that's because he's naturally polled. That means he was born that way, so he did not have his horns removed. I don't remove horns on my farm. A lot of people do. It's required if you're showing the dairy goats that they have the horns removed. I don't prefer to do it because it helps them maintain their temperature. Their blood circulates through the horns, and when it's hot out, they can stay cooler. And I just like the look of it. I like the natural look of a horned goat. So I won't be removing any of my kids' horns. And some of my goats will have no horns when they're born because they're polled. Nymphadora is a polled goat, so she had polled kids last year. And if I breed Rebel to any of my goats, there's a 50-50 chance that they'll be polled as well. Hi, baby. Aw, want some love. He actually looks really good for having been in quarantine for 6 months. That bald nose is ugly, but I think that'll heal up just fine. Now that he's out of there and now that he has his copper. Boulder's gonna be jealous, Mr. Rebel. I don't want to touch that stinky buck. I don't, and you'll be as stinky, and I won't want to touch you as much either. You'll pee all over yourselves. Aww. So even though he's polled, I try not to touch the top of his head. For goats, it's an aggressive thing. So if you scratch the top of their head, they're more likely to headbutt you, and even if he doesn't have horns, it will hurt. So I try to scratch his cheeks and his chin, not the top of his head. Hi. Hello, sir. I brought you a new friend. Be nice to him. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for joining me on this wonderful day. It's a very happy day that he can get a lot more fresh air and that he's all taken care of the way he really should be and that he has some goat company. So I'll see you next time on Bernadoodle's Barnyard. Please subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos and ring the notification bell and like the video. Thanks. See you next time.